Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stand Up Speakeasy. My name is Sarath Nay, and every single episode, I bring on a comic from across the country. For today, I'm bringing a comic from Colorado Springs, Colorado, which is about 45 minutes from my hometown of Pueblo, Colorado. So I'm looking forward to sharing the screen with WillieCrow here in a little bit. Um, Today, we're raising funds for him. His Cash App scrolling on the bottom, and we're also trying to get some followers on his Instagram, subscribers on his YouTube. We're also raising funds for Safe Passage, which it's Willie's choice for because they raise funds for abused children. So we're gonna help them all out too. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Willie Crow, how are you, Willie?
I'm all right, man. How you doing? Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome. Thank you for being on the show. It means a lot to me. So you started your comedy journey 7 years ago, around the same time I did, and you were touring for Eddie B in around Texas. So what was that like touring with Eddie B?
I didn't tour with Eddie B. Eddie B was first comic I got to open up for, man. After I did an open mic, and I guess I went professional after that because I opened up for a professional comic, and it was Eddie B from Texas, and it was great, man. He really inspired me. He really gave me the motivation to be where I'm at today.
Awesome, great stuff, most definitely. And it's always great to have like a mentor and stuff through this whole thing. And and what was that night like for the for Eddie B opening up for him? Like the how
I
was the
was
crowd like?
nervous. I was nervous. I had no idea what to expect, but I wanted it, so I went for it. And the rest is, I guess they say, history.
Indeed, most definitely. And you also shared the stages with a couple of well-known comics. What was it like to share the bill with J.J. Williamson?
Oh man, JJ Williamson is really funny, and I guess his comedy is southern, and I'm southern, so I can relate to that. And he's just a down to earth, really funny guy, man. And anybody I had the opportunity, a chance to work with, I really appreciate it and I really enjoyed it. I got something from every one of those comments.
Indeed. And how about Nate Jackson? What's your favorite memory working with Nate Jackson?
I did actually did Nate Jackson at a venue called the Gold Room in downtown Colorado Springs, and Nate was so cool, man. I actually bought him a drink when I first just being at awe of who he was and where I was at the time. I said, "Hey Nate, man, you want a drink?" He said, "You gonna buy me a drink?" I said, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna buy you a drink." And it was cool. Nate was really cool. He's out of Washington, Seattle, Washington. He's a cool guy, man.
Awesome. I've heard a lot of things about the Gold Room, and I wish I could have performed there when I was living in Colorado. And so I'll
It's a
hopefully.
it's a it's a great venue, man. It's a balcony area. It just for a comic, any entertainer, I think it's a great venue. I love it.
Awesome stuff. And you also worked with Nikki Carr, and what was that like working with Nikki Carr?
It's great, man. She's an awesome female comic, just a awesome comic in general. But her being a female and her stature and what she brings to comedy is unquestionable. Nikki Carr was a phenomenal talent, and I enjoyed working with her as well.
Awesome, most definitely. You've also worked with Tony Roberts, and I hear his name a lot. And what was that like with working with Tony Roberts?
I did Tony Roberts at a venue called the Old School. It's shut down now. The Old School is no longer a thing, but back when I did it, it was really popping. It was a big deal, man. And Tony Roberts, like I think his comedy is a little southern. It's a little gritty, Detroitish, but it great. It was a great experience, and I really enjoyed working with him as well.
Indeed, most definitely. And the next guy is Bill Bellamy, and you got to work with him, and I love his movies like How to Be a Player and watching him on
Man,
TV and stuff.
classics.
Indeed. And what was that like working with Bill Bellamy?
That was my biggest show to date, man. Actually got the call for the Bill Bellamy show. It was less than 24 hours before the show. The promoter called me and it was like, hey, can you do some time? I said, sure. Who am I gonna be performing with? And they said Bill Bellamy. And I was, man, I almost passed out, man. I couldn't believe it. And that was like my coming out party. Like I said, it was my biggest show to date. There was a lot of people there. A lot of people got familiar with Willie Crow, and I just been growing off of that momentum ever since.
Absolutely, indeed. And so you draw inspiration from Eddie Murphy and Bernie Mac, and why those two?
Well, growing up, that's what I used to see on TV, Eddie Murphy and Bernie Mac. But I never knew that I can aspire to be those guys. Like I was just laughing, oh man, those guys are funny, but I never thought I could be a comedian, like an actor. Nothing, even nothing to that standard, that level, or whatever. But then seeing the Chappelle show after being an adult, after going to the Marines and serving and coming back and valuing life and having a family, I saw the Chappelle show and it inspired me like I could do that because I always been told I was funny. So after seeing the Chappelle show and what he did and his stance on comedy, I felt like it was something I could do too.
Absolutely, indeed, and thank you for serving and and for our freedom and all that good stuff. And
Oh, you ain't got to thank me. I volunteered.
oh, for sure, indeed, awesome. And you're from a small town in Georgia. What part of Georgia are you from?
A small town called Midville. I was born in Jersey, but me and my oldest sister we were kidnapped by my dad when I was 6 and she was 9, and he used crack. So sometimes crackheads forget where they put things, and he forgot where he put us, and we ended up in foster care.
Indeed, is and I think that's the reason why we're raising funds for Safe Passage, which is
Most definitely, most definitely. I'm really inspired by the foster care program and anything for childs that's being put in danger or runaways. Like I just want everybody to have a safe place.
most definitely, and I do too, and so I'm glad you're doing comedy for all the right reasons, and and helping the youth and all that good stuff, and all that stuff. And Willie, I'm a Colorado native, and I know you're currently in Colorado, and what brought you to Colorado?
The Marines. When I got out the Marines in 2009, my sister was here, and she was always like my mother. So wherever she was at, that was my home of record. You know, when you EAS, you go to your home of record, and I said wherever my sister's at, that's my own. So I came out here. She was out here because her husband, he was in the army, stationed on Fort Carson. So she was out here when I ended up getting out of the Marines. So I came here, and I've been here ever since.
Awesome! I can't wait to move back to Colorado myself. So, I I was born and raised, well, born in Pueblo, or like I call Pueblo my
That's what you
home.
say, brother. But it's
Yep,
5 degrees right now.
indeed, most definitely. I'm in Florida at the moment, so I'm like
You know what
enjoying
I'm
the
saying?
sunshine.
Yeah, it's 5 degrees, only five of them. It's supposed to be -9 tomorrow with a wind chill of -15.
Wow, I'm so glad I'm in the warm weather. Nothing like
Speaking
the
of
South.
tomorrow, I actually have a show, a comedy show. The Laugh, what is it? The Love to Laugh comedy show. It's at Club Tip in Colorado Springs, 3477 Ashland Boulevard. Got an amazing lineup. We got a JJ Billingsley, Leslie Fox, Dubs General, Marcus Benjamin, and headline the Princess of Comedy Boomerang. It's a Hood-made university production. We're gonna have a good time, man. Colorado Springs tomorrow, February. What's tomorrow? The 13th.
Indeed, everyone go out and get those tickets and support Willie and the comics performing tomorrow at night. Even though it's gonna be really cold, still go out there, dress warm, and
We're bringing heat with the jokes, man. We're bringing real heat.
set the stage on fire for me, Willie.
What happened?
Absolutely, set the stage on fire for me, Willie.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna burn it up. Arson. Don't even worry.
Indeed, absolutely. That's how Colorado comics like you and I do. So, but I do mostly perform mostly in Daytona Beach now. But there, that Southern hospitality is
That
amazing.
sounds great, man. Daytona Beach. Oh my God. Give me a pulled pork sandwich, please.
Absolutely, we'll do.
Please.
Absolutely. So, Willie, I was supposed to go on tour, but the pandemic hit, and I was hoping to ask you these questions. And so, Willie, what inspired you to perform stand-up comedy?
Stand-up comedy chose me, man. Like I said, I had always been told I was funny. I got a lot of people kicking out of class for making them laugh and stuff I was saying or what I was doing. You know what I mean? So I always knew I was funny. And I did an open mic one night, and the rest is history, man. It just grabbed me and it wouldn't let me go. It's my passion.
Indeed. And what are your favorite or what was it feeling like when you first performed stand up?
I grew up in the church, man. Like I said, I'm from Georgia. I'm a Southern Baptist. So getting up in front of people it was just instilled in me from an early age. That's why I say it's natural to me, man. It's not forced. Like I love to do it. It's just who I am.
Most definitely. And what are your favorite comedy specials and comedy record albums?
Anything Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Robin Harris, man. Love those guys. Late night, anytime, man. I just love everything they meant to comedy and everything they still mean to comedy.
Most definitely. Indeed. And some of those folks have been on TV and film, and I want to know what your favorite sitcom, sketch shows, and comedy films are.
I love Martin as a sitcom, Chappelle Show, sketch, um, Nutty Professor, movie. Um, and what I'm leaving out? I think you said four.
You got all three of them.
I look at me,
Yep.
man.
Pretty good stuff. And if you can go on tour with any comedian locally and internationally known, which comedians would you like to go on tour with?
Mike Epps, Kevin Hart.
Indeed, most definitely. And locals?
Locals. I like Brett Tobler in Colorado. I go with Brett.
Indeed. He has a really great channel on YouTube, and I learn a lot from him. He's good stuff.
Yeah,
And
he is. He is.
indeed.
It's a no. What's my God? Sam Talent. Sam Talent is a fucking riot, bro.
Indeed. I love his comedy too, and how he handles hecklers is just fantastic.
Yeah, oh man. I was there for a show and it was a drum set. That's all I'm gonna say, because I don't know if I got permission to talk about how he did his thing. But man, Sam Talent is amazing, bro. Amazing.
Indeed, most definitely. And let's see here.
Derek Rush. And we can't forget Derek Rush. Veteran.
Awesome.
All those guys out of Denver, man. All of them out of Denver. Derek Rush from Memphis, but he's been in Denver for a long time now. You heard of Derek?
Not yet, but
he got a comedy album out. I think he got several now, man. He's a funny guy.
Indeed. I'll definitely have to look him up for sure. And if you can get roasted by 5 comedians, past and present, which comedians would you like to get roasted by?
I want to get roasted. If I had to pick, let Bernie roast me. That's gonna be funny. I think Bernie the only one I give a pass to roast me. Ain't nobody else gonna roast me, man. We can go joke for joke, but I ain't gonna get roasted, man.
Indeed, most definitely. And what do you see your comedy journey in the next 5 years?
On the big screen, I see myself as being successful, famous, and rich.
Awesome, most def. I wish you all the success in the world for sure. And Willie, which other forms of comedy would you venture off into, like improv, sketch, comedy, writing, acting, directing, etc.?
I want writing, acting, directing. I want to always continue stand up. I want all of it, man.
Indeed.
Hey, babe. Hey. Trying to get that teapot, man.
Oh, most definitely.
Good Lord.
And let's see here. Which is your favorite joke a comic has written?
Say that one more time. Excuse me.
What is your favorite joke a comic has written?
Bernie Mac, milk and cookies.
Indeed. Absolutely. I love that one too. And what experience would you like your audience to take with them after a set is over?
I want them to have empathy, man. I want them to understand where I'm coming from and try to understand the black man's plight in general, man. I want to provide understanding, man.
Most definitely, indeed. And Willie, you're on the stand-up speakeasy, and you were I found you and through the Colorado stand-up scenes pages, and your name would always pop up, and that's how I discovered you. So what I like to do is I would like to have you nominate as many Colorado comics as you'd like, to be my future guest on the show, because I'm trying to put the entire state on the map with these.
I got you. I'm gonna give you 3 brothers that's really doing their thing, and a female. I'm gonna say Don Bridges. Find him at Don Bridge Comedy, Donnie Bridges, Donnie Dynamite. Next, Luke Stam. Luke Stam on Facebook, and Tony Knows Facebook. And we can't forget the great and on time Leslie Fox.
Absolutely, I'll reach out to every single one of them and interview them just like I did with you.
Thank you,
And
brother.
you're welcome, indeed. Thank you for taking time out for and doing the interview. It means a lot to me, and hopefully in when I move back to Colorado this year, I'll continue to do some more interviews. And
Find me, brother. We got to get on the stage together, man. Anything you're doing, I want to be a part of it, man. I love everything you stand for and everything you mean to comedy.
Likewise, Willie. I'm about to drop my second album, and I got one more track to record. It's gonna
Congratulations, brother.
Thank you so much. It's a lot of fun. I recorded all at the Turnog Irish Pub in Daytona Beach, and it's 11 years of
I
comedy
love
there.
it.
It's heaven on
I
earth.
love it, man.
Indeed. So Willie, follow Willie on Instagram. His handle's below. Donate to his Cash App. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. Donate to Safe Passage. And is there any final words you'd like to give out to the audience at home, Willie?
Man, I just want to thank God, man, and all my fans that supported me thus far and believing in me. Just know we going to the top, baby. It's only the beginning. We're gonna keep going. And just know, man, y'all support me right now. Y'all buy tickets and y'all build me up and put me on that pinnacle of this thing. I'ma always show love. I'ma always have 100 seats for free for all my fans that's always supported me. And you can take that to the bank. 100-seat area, always for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. This WillieCrow. You can catch me on Hoodman University TV on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel. Willie Jones-Walker on Facebook. Willie Jones-Walker on Instagram. I'm out here, baby. Get with me.
Absolutely, Willie. And you heard the man. Don't forget to go to Willie's show tomorrow night and support those comics and laugh and warm your heart.
Laugh comedy show.
Indeed, most definitely. Thank you so much, Willie. And
thank you, my brother.
You're welcome, my brother. And it was great talking to you and all that good stuff. And you
Likewise,
be well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. And for everyone else, peace and love to you all. And we'll see you all next time on the Stand Up Speakeasy.